Hi my friends, and welcome back. I'm George Pearson. This video is about how you can make $1,000 a month extra income, or $2,000 a month extra income, or more. And what you're about to discover is a process that I've actually been using for years. To give you just an overview of what you're going to be learning, essentially you're going to be bringing buyers and sellers together, and when a purchase is made, you make money. It's all done online. It's all done from the comfort of your home. It can be done worldwide, and you can do it at your own pace. There's a lot to cover, so let's get right to it. When you bring buyers and sellers together online, what that's called is affiliate marketing. What makes affiliate marketing appealing, especially for newbies or especially for beginners or people with not a lot of experience? The affiliate pretty much will do all the work. The affiliate's going to handle the sales and service and so on. We're going to begin with what is called niche marketing. Niche marketing is simply finding the buyers. It's finding the hot niches, and actually we're trying to find the hot niches that don't have a tremendous amount of competition. Now, the first time that I discovered niche marketing, that was over 15 years ago. Sincerely, I thought it was genius, and over 15 years later, I still feel the same way. Now, the following is based on a niche. It's based on woodworking. The process that I use can be applied to any niche to help find the buyers. And every time I go to CB Trends, there is Ted's Woodworking. And what CB Trends is, it's a site that will tell you at a glance the top vendors on CB's ClickBank. So you can go to CB Trends and instantly see the top 10 vendors on ClickBank. It makes finding niches. So CB Trends makes finding niches a lot easier. And every time I go there, and I mean every time I go there, there is Ted's Woodworking, and there it is again. And this has been going on for years. So the last time I went there, I said, you know what, I'm going to check out this woodworking niche because I got a hunch I'm missing something here. That's why this video is about woodworking. Let me show you the steps that I've taken in this process so that you can do the same. So CB Trends, as you can see, shows that Ted's is in the top 10, and anything in the top 10 is extraordinary and worth looking at least worth checking out, and that's exactly what we're going to be doing. So the first thing I want to do is take a look at the woodworking niche. Is it a good niche? And the first tool that I use to do that is typically Google Trends. Google Trends looks good. In fact, it shows me that that niche is actually up, so that's a real good sign. So Google Trends says looks good. Part of what you're about to discover is how we're going to be using YouTube to help make these sales, to help get these buyers and sellers together. Nothing to worry about. You're not going to have to create videos. You're not going to have to get in front of a camera. We're simply going to tap into the #2 site in the world. This is the second busiest site other than Google. It's the second busiest site in the whole world. So we're going to tap into that traffic. So you're going to learn how to tap into that traffic, which is awesome, without having to be in front of a camera. But since we're going to be on YouTube, then I want to use a tool called TubeBuddy, which TubeBuddy to YouTube, they're an excellent marriage. And TubeBuddy, I'm going to use a keyword research tool, which is one of a suite of tools that TubeBuddy has to offer. TubeBuddy is free. You'll find a link below. And once you install TubeBuddy, just click on the TubeBuddy icon. And then on the drop down, click on Keyword Explorer. And then when we type in woodworking, we can see that the niche it says poor. But one of the things that I want you to see is that it's an overall score. TubeBuddy is going to help us out because it's going to balance the search against the competition as well as the keyword optimization or optimization strength. The thing I want you to see is that there are 2.6 million searches per month. This is unbelievable. And although it's poor, you're going to see in a little bit how I was able to play around with the keywords and come up with some keywords that are actual home runs, and you can do the same. It's going to help you to find those keywords. These are the keywords that I use for the video, and when I click on search, show search rankings, then this is what comes up. And what that's saying is that all those threes, what that means is that it's on page 1 in the #3 spot. It's on page 1. If somebody's searching for those keywords, this video is going to show up in the 3rd from the top spot. That's pretty darn good for a brand new video, and this just happens to be a brand new channel, because you're seeing that this works for even for a brand new channel, even for a brand new video. What I discovered was that the woodworking affiliate has a guide, and it's a free guide. I also discovered that woodworking guide for free scores excellent. We still have good search and virtually no competition and an excellent optimization strength. And as you can see here, if for those particular keywords, there is the video in the number 3 spot. And one of the things I look at is, how does my thumbnail compare to the others? We're going to let TubeBuddy help us find those keywords that are going to score good, very good, and hopefully even excellent. I haven't really done anything yet. We're still in a research stage, but so far the research says that woodworking is excellent and that we can come up with some woodworking keywords that will work. When we see green, that is a go. And TubeBuddy says it's a go. So we have our niche, and now it's time to find the affiliate. Well, I thought Ted's Woodworking was going to be the affiliate. It ended up being the affiliate, but I do want to shop for affiliates. I'm not just going to jump onto Ted's Woodworking. There may be better affiliates, there may be better deals, and so on. So let's do a little research. Well, I did some research in Ted's. I found 3 competitors that actually that offered less. Essentially paid the same but offered less as far as the customer. So Ted's was a better deal for the customer. Therefore, if they're shopping around, they're going to go with Ted's. Well, let's hook up with Ted's. I also want to share with you that I also looked at tools, because I could also hook up with physical products. In other words, I ended up with a digital product now, and you'll see why in just a moment. Sites that you should consider if you get into the woodworking thing, sites that you want to consider adding would be, or affiliates that you would want to consider adding would be affiliates such as Home Depot, Lowe's, Amazon. These are all free to join. You might also want to look at a site called Share a Sale, which is another affiliate center, and they have quite a number of, or they have several different tools such as Rockler. Now, one of the advantages of Home Depot, Amazon, and Lowe's is that you should be able to apply and get accepted. When you go to sites like Share a Sale, you may apply, you're welcome to apply, but you may not get accepted because you have no track record. Part of the reason why I chose a digital product was the fact that the product is 75% commission. The EPC is over $2. That's the earnings per click, and that's decent. And the AOV, which is the average order value, was $91.50. Now that's looking even a little better. 3% of even a $500 sale is only $15 versus about $70. So that's why I opted for Ted's. Plus, Ted's has got an unbelievable track record. Now, this video is not really meant to sell you on Ted's. It's simply to instruct you as to the steps that you want to take and the research that you want to do. But a little bit of research up front is going to pay tremendously on the back. It's going to either save you time, because you're not going to get into a niche, or you're not going to get hooked up with a vendor or whatever, or an affiliate that you shouldn't get hooked up with. But when you do hook up with one, it's going to increase the chances of that being a home run every time. So the first thing that I do is I'm going to go to the website. I'm going to go to the sales page, in other words, and I don't have a I have never come up with a way to evaluate the page. So what I'm going to share with you is kind of a strange piece of advice, but it works for me, and you might want to consider it for yourself. And that's simply that if I go to the sales page and I feel good about it, is this honest? Is it straight up? Does it feel good, or does it feel bad? Would I buy the product? And if the answer is yes, then I'm ready to look at the affiliate page. If for some reason, and it doesn't matter if I don't know what the reason is, but if my gut says that there's something's not right here, then I'm not going to go with it. Okay, so that's some pretty strange advice, but it might be of help to you. I'm very satisfied with the sales page. Very well done. I already know that it is a hungry market, and I already know they have rabid fans. They're not just looking, they're looking and they're ready, willing, and able to buy. The next thing I'm going to share with you is the sales funnel, and if you're new, this may not make a whole lot of sense. Don't worry about it. The main thing that you want to see is a sales funnel, because simply what that means is that it helps you to make more money. The person that buys something is more likely to buy more. They're more likely to buy an add-on or 2 add-ons or even more. So it's simply because they've bought the main offer, they're more likely to buy an additional offer or an upsell. You've got the main offer, and then you've got a second shot at the main offer. You've got a second upsell. You've got a third upsell. You've got a back-end recurring offer as well as a membership upsell. And you can make 75% on each and every one of these. Money side, the income side, that looks wonderful. All right, what do they have? What do they have as far as affiliate resources? So that's the next thing we want to look at. And they do have articles, they do have banners, they do have ads, they do have graphics, they do have email swipes, they have reviews. In fact, they actually have a pre-sale. They have demographics. Demographics tells you exactly who your audience is, who's buying. So you can better gear your presentation to your buyer. TEDS has everything that we need. In fact, one of the things that I discovered was that TEDS actually has about a dozen landing pages, and several of these landing pages are in sub-niches. So there's room to spread out and get into some of these sub-niches as well. Okay, things look good. TEDS looks good, the niche looks good, everything looks good, so it's time to create a video. What I'm going to give you next is sort of a video outline, and this also could work for a website or both. Typically I want an introduction, and that introduction is sort of a hook. What my thinking is, I want to run video in the background, and the video is going to be video about woodworking. Most of my video I get from Pixabay. They usually have quite a bit of choice, and there's no need for attribution. I can simply use the video any way I want to, and the story, no problem. Now, unfortunately, Pixabay did not have a great selection of woodworking videos. No big deal. I have other sites to go to. My next choice, and this is probably good for this video because it gives you a second choice, and that is Pexels. Pexels is probably on a par with Pixabay. Excellent site. They had some more video that I could use. It still didn't have all that I wanted. It just didn't have what I felt like my viewer would want to see going on in the background. At more sites, the site that I ended up getting a couple of videos from was videasy. It's videasy.com, videezy.com. The only thing about videasy is that you will need attribution. Look at each video to make sure that you're giving them the right attribution. The only attribution that was needed with the videos that I used was that stock footage by videasy.com. So that, of course, you'll find stock footage by videasy.com in the description. Now, one other thing I discovered at TEDS as far as the affiliate resources, there are 2 reviews that are just absolutely fantastic. These reviews are not just reviews, they're really more like a sales pitch, but in a review form, which is the best. The review is ultimately selling TEDS for you. So in fact, the reviews were so good that I actually pretty much omitted my features and benefits. I usually like to include at least a feature or a benefit, and a lot of times I'm going to build the video around that feature or benefit. In this case, I built the video around the reviews, and in order to get my viewer from point A, which is the beginning of the video, to point B, which is technically the call to action, but mainly I wanted to get him to those reviews, because when they got to those reviews, I felt like my chances really started to go up that I would at least get a click through, and that's what has happened. One of the things that TEDS offers is a pre-sale. Well, I took that pre-sale and added some I added some images and a little more information and turned that into About TEDs. In other words, this is what we've discovered about TEDs. And that's my feature benefit, but I've turned that into a PDF. The other thing I want to share with you is to include the keywords, of course, in the tags. Also include them in your description and build your description around those keywords. Let's talk about the money. I cannot make any promises, and I apologize for that. And my results and your results certainly can vary. But the click-through rate, my click-through rate, presently on this brand new video is over 25%. And according to TEDS, the EPC, the earnings per click, is $2 per click. Let's say your video only got 4 views a day. Out of every 4 views at 25% click-through rate, you're going to have an average of 1 person visiting TEDS per day. And with an EPC, an earnings per click of $2, you're going to make $2 a day. You're going to make $60 a month with something like this. Know that you're not watching this video to make $60 a month. I know you want to make more than that. So when you finish, when you publish your video, hit the share button. You're going to see sites such as Tumblr and Reddit and Pinterest and Mix and Facebook and so on. Join those sites if you haven't already joined, and share your video. When you publish your video, then share your video with those sites. And again, TEDS is going to provide you with email swipes and articles that you can build posts around. One suggestion is to alter the text. Change up the text because you do not want duplicate text. The number 2 way to make more money is to make more videos. If you can make a video today, can you make another one tomorrow, or maybe in 2 days, or even one a week? If you make 1 video a week, then that could mean $240 a month. If you can make 1 a day, that could mean $1,800 a month. I'm hoping this has given you a glimmer, at least, of the fact that there's some real income here. In addition, now this is very important, as you add more videos, you're building your channel. As your channel grows, you're just going to automatically get more and more subscribers, more and more visits. Again, as your channel grows, so will your income. I'm going to give you a bonus because that kind of ties into all this. And the bonus is that the affiliate product is typically going to solve a problem or satisfy a need or a desire. The person, your viewer, the person that's watching your video, your viewer has a problem, or they have a need, or they have a desire. In this case, they have a desire. Well, let's focus on that desire and the fulfillment of that desire. So the first step in doing that is what I call the hook. That, again, it can be your introduction or whatever, but what it is essentially identifying the problem or the need or the desire. Identifying the problem, identifying the need, identifying the desire. The better that you can identify that, the better that your viewer can relate to your video. And wow, this is exactly what you're doing is you're telling the viewer that this is exactly what you're looking for, and they're like, yeah, that's what I'm looking for. That's your hook. And what that's going to do is that's going to get their attention, and it's going to help to keep their attention so you can get them to the call to action. As far as your call to action, do your best to make it simply a continuation of the process. In other words, well, this is the next step, go to TEDS. And be sure to include a call to action. So as I hope you can see, using YouTube for extra income is a great idea and has unbelievable potential. However, one of the things that I hope you also can see that this is not a once and done thing. If you're going to do this and you want to make money at it, you need to do it, and you need to do it on a consistent and a persistent basis. But when you do, the sky is the limit. I hope you'll consider trying out this training, and I sincerely hope that you find that it's as exciting, as rewarding, and as much fun as I do. If you like this video, and I hope you do, give it a big old thumbs up. Do that right now. And while you're at it, if you haven't subscribed, for goodness sake, smash that subscribe button and ring the bell. That way you're going to get notified when these videos get published. I do want to thank you for watching. I appreciate it. I appreciate you. Allow me to wish you much success.